Hi, I'm Brian.
Hey everybody, Brian and Pam here from
MidlifePrices.
MidlifePrices.
Oh
we
God.
are just getting around, I apologize, to responding to the Love for Love challenge. We were making a couple of videos there at a pretty good clip for about a week or two, and then we got a few emergencies here on the homestead that kind of sidetracked us. So we're just getting around to our response. We want to thank the Upside of Downsizing, Bill and Yvonne, and the Arizona Homestead Project, Warren and Jill, for both mentioning us in the Love for Love challenge. So we appreciate that. We definitely watch those guys on a regular basis, but there are also a handful of others that we watch on a regular basis, most of which, partly because we've waited a while, but I think even by the time it got to us, most of which have already been mentioned in this challenge. So I don't necessarily expect them to respond, but I think we might have one that maybe hasn't been mentioned. So some of the other ones we watch on a regular basis are, what do you got?
Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
That's one. Most people know Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Green Dream. You mentioned Green Dream Project.
Green Dream Project. I don't know if the Love for Love challenge is specifically geared. It might be geared towards smaller channels, which of course Off Grid with Doug and Stacy are not, but we do watch them on a regular basis, and most of you probably know them out there. Green Dream Project is another who's mentioned us several times. We've mentioned them several times. We've gotten together several times. They live pretty close to us, so that's a good one for us. They got started about the same time as us. So Jim and Jessica, we really have a lot in common with them, I think, in our timing and our approach.
They started
to
a little
all
bit
of this
before us, but they have.
They moved out to their land, I think, around the same time as us.
They started making videos before we did.
Yeah, maybe.
That's all.
But we have a pretty similar story, actually. So that's kind of nice. And we watch all of their videos, which they make 6 a week. So we watch them daily.
We can't keep up.
I cannot keep up with that. But a couple others. Who else do we watch? Can you think of others? They're over
My
here.
mind
If
is
you want.
going. I
You
can't
can't
see
see that far. She can't see the screen to read them.
We were just saying.
Joe.
Oh, Homestead Anomics.
Joe from Homestead Anomics. Again, not a small channel, and most of you probably know him out there, but we watch Joe on a regular basis. He puts out really good content. He's really good at describing things, so he's very helpful. Any more?
You said we were going to mention Lutherville.
Yes.
Was that last?
Not, yes.
Oh, not yet.
You jumped the gun.
I blew it.
All these ones were mentioned. So the next one would be Desert Horizons, who's Robert, and
Yes.
I think he's on kind of the other side of Tucson from us. I think he's been doing a little while longer than us, but I don't know that he's been making, or maybe he had his property and he might have gone out there a little bit. He might have actually moved out later than us, because I think he just celebrated like a 6 month not too long ago.
I get
something.
all of them mixed up, so forgive me.
But, so all of those ones, other than the one that Pam jumped the gun on, I think have already been mentioned and probably already done sort of a response video to the Love for Love challenge. So we do appreciate getting mentioned by a few people, and we wanted to share with you some of the people we watch, although they've probably already kind of been mentioned. But there is one more that I don't think anyone has mentioned, and unfortunately, I think he's kind of slowed down his content. I'm not exactly sure why yet, but it's a channel called Lutherville. It just so happens that when we got started, when we were still living in our house, and we were looking for people. Oh, I should also mention, a little side note, Derek and Hannah,
yes,
over at Handyman and High Carb Hannah. Again, couple of big channels, but they're our neighbors, so we obviously watch them and we see them all the time. So
and Derek helps us all the time, and we cannot thank them enough.
Yeah.
So
the reason I thought of that is because Derek obviously is one that kind of inspired us before we actually pulled the trigger, right, and left our house. But there was another one, and it's this Lutherville channel.
I actually looked him up and found him on YouTube when we were in the very beginning.
His name
process.
is Eric. I think we actually found him before we found Derek.
Yes.
He's not in Arizona, but he is in the desert. I think he's in California.
Yes.
He's in the desert in California. So again, it was just inspiring to see somebody. He built a tiny house. He actually had a tiny house built.
All by himself,
and-
too. He was out there all by
And he
himself.
moved it out to the desert. He's got, I think, a ton of land out there. He's in a big, empty, open space. So again, even before we found Derek down here in this particular area, which really allowed us to kind of feel like it was possible, Lutherville was another one that made us feel like you could do that. It was just one guy decided to build a tiny house and put it out in the middle of the desert. So it was inspiring. So we'd like to mention him. Of course, I'll put links to all these channels down in the description. But again, most of them have kind of already been tagged and said something about this already. But I think Lutherville is one that maybe hasn't. So that's what we wanted to share.
And we're hoping to get some more videos going, but we have had
Yeah.
one thing after another.
Yeah, for about the last week, we've been fighting a couple of fires. So we'll have some videos coming out that talk about some of the issues that we encountered in the last week, which is why we didn't put out a video for about a week or a week and a half. So
And Dallas has been sick, so
Dallas is down.
she's
and
better
yeah,
now, thank goodness.
That's been difficult. We've lost a little sleep with her, so.
It's been worse than having a newborn baby, but
But that's what we've been up
she's
to.
better, so that's good.
We'll get back to it with the videos and get you caught up. I know the last couple videos, well, one of the things I was talking about was our carport, and there's some more thoughts on that, I guess. So I'm changing my mind again, shocker. So I'll talk about that a little bit in a future video coming up. So that's it.
That's
Thanks
it.
for watching.
Yeah, thank
There's
you,
the
everybody.
Love for Love challenge.
I think so.
Keep checking back. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.